Hi, this is Teacher Des. Welcome to Can You Believe It? Book 2. This is Unit 2, and the title of our story today is It's About Time. Look at the picture here. You can see a wedding cake. Now, let's read the passage and find out why it's about time. The setting of our story today is in Antilles, Italy. This time I will read first the story in a slow-paced mode. Then you can join me in reading the story again in a fast-paced mode. Let's start. Vittoria Salemi and Sebastião Macaroni live in a small village in Sicily. They are in love. One day, Sebastião gives Vittoria an engagement ring and asks her to marry him. Vittoria accepts, but she adds, "Let's wait to get married until we can afford the perfect wedding. We don't have enough money now." Vittoria begins to shop for a wedding dress, and she soon finds the perfect one. It's long, lacy, and beautiful, but it costs an arm and a leg. So Vittoria starts to save her money. She makes a small payment every year. She saves up for 40 years. At long last, after a 40-year engagement, Vittoria can buy the wedding dress. She and Sebastião decide to tie the knot. At the wedding, Vittoria looks beautiful in her wedding dress. The newlyweds are in seventh heaven. They dance, drink champagne, and eat caviar. Afterward, they ride off in a horse-drawn carriage. Their friends watch them and think it's about time. Now, please join me in reading the passage again in a fast-paced mode. Vittoria Salemi and Sebastião Macaroni live in a small village in Sicily. They are in love. One day, Sebastião gives Vittoria an engagement ring and asks her to marry him. Vittoria accepts, but she adds, "Let's wait to get married until we can afford the perfect wedding. We don't have enough money now." Vittoria begins to shop for a wedding dress, and she soon finds the perfect one. It's long, lacy, and beautiful, but it costs an arm and a leg. So Vittoria starts to save her money. She makes a small payment every year. She saves up for 40 years. At long last, after 40 years engagement, Vittoria can buy the wedding dress. She and Sebastião decide to tie the knot. At the wedding, Vittoria looks beautiful in her wedding dress. The newlyweds are in seventh heaven. They dance, drink champagne, and eat caviar. Afterward, they ride off in a horse-drawn carriage. Their friends watch them and think it's about time. Well, students, I really hope that you enjoy this story. Now, students, it's about time for our new idioms and expressions. Our first idiom here is "it's about time." When we say "it's about time," it means it's later than expected. Well, students, in the passage here, the last sentence, you can read "it's about time." Their friends watch them and think it's about time. The other sentence of this is, their friends watch them and think it's later than expected. Our next example is be in love with someone. When I say be in love with someone, it means love someone strongly in a romantic way. Here, you can read they are in love. That means they love each other strongly in a romantic way. Okay? Now let's go to our next idiom. It means get, or not it means, but our next idiom is get married to someone. Again, get married to someone, it means to marry someone. Okay, and we can read that in this part here. Get married, right? And also in this sentence, you can notice that there is another idiom. It means can afford. Or the other idiom is can afford. It means have enough money to buy something. Again, have enough money to buy something. Now let's read this sentence. Let's wait to get married until we can afford the perfect wedding dress. The other sentence of this is, let's wait to marry each other until we have enough money for the perfect wedding. Now let's go to our next idiom. Cost an arm and a leg. That means very expensive. Okay? In this sentence, but it cost an arm and a leg. That means, but it's very expensive, right? Here, you can read that one. But it's very expensive. Now let's go to our next idiom. It's save up. When we say save up, it means keep money so one can use it later. In this part, you can read, she saves up for 40 years. That means she keep money for 40 years until she can use it. Okay? Or the other sentence is, she saves money for 40 years. Now let's go to our next idiom. At long last. Here, at long last, it means after a very long time or finally. In this sentence, at long last, after 40-year engagement, Victoria can buy the wedding dress. That means after a long time or finally, after a 40-year engagement, Victoria can buy the wedding dress. Now, tie the knot is our second to the last idiom. When we say tie the knot, it means marry. Okay? So in this part, you can read, she and Sebastian decide to tie the knot. That means she and Sebastian decide to marry. And our last idiom, it is be in seventh heaven. Okay? And in this part, or in this sentence, the newlyweds are in seventh heaven. That means the newlyweds are very happy, because be in seventh heaven, it means be very happy. Well, students, I hope that you learned a lot this time, and please don't forget the idioms and expressions. And if you have time, please don't forget to review this unit. Once again, this is Teacher Tess, and if you want to enhance your reading skills or your English skills, Cambridge.com is here to help you.